In the very heart of Central America lies Costa Rica, an incredibly culturally and biologically rich nation. Its most populous city and its capital is San Jose, home to around 342,000 people. Costa Rica was first permanently settled by the Spanish in 1563, and it declared its independence from Spain in 1821. Geographically, Costa Rica has coastlines on both the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Its terrain consists of mountains, plains, and many volcanic cones, some of which are active volcanoes. It takes pride in its astounding biodiversity, hosting around 4% of all known species on Earth. The vast amount of wildlife has attracted millions of tourists from all over the world, with tourism being one of Costa Rica's main industries, along with agriculture. Costa Ricans are very proud of their country, and they take pride in their strong education system, accessible healthcare, and the clean environment, all of which were made possible by the abolishment of Costa Rican armed forces, which we will be discussing further. In order to understand how Costa Rica was able to get rid of its military, it is important to examine the political systems and maneuvers that got it there. In many Latin American countries in the mid to late 20th century, military regimes held power, many of which were brutal and would kill anyone who opposed them without thinking twice. This, however, was not mirrored in Costa Rica, and it has had a relatively long-standing tradition of democracy. In 1948, however, former President Rafael Angel Calderón Guardia was making a team to improve Social Security and working conditions, but him and his team took a step that many people thought was way too far. What they did is that they attempted to stop Otilio Ulate, a social democrat, from taking his seat in office. This led to José Figueres Ferrer, a well-known landowner, making an army that became the Partido Liberación Nacional, or the National Liberation Army. This army would kickstart a government rebellion, leading to a civil war killing a few thousand Costa Ricans. Figueres briefly took power as a result and created a new constitution that disallowed the creation of the armed forces, which had very positive consequences in the future. Because Costa Rica does not have a military, it is able to redistribute its budget to societal necessities, such as healthcare and education. Every citizen is able to access healthcare with both the universal healthcare system and the private healthcare system, both of which are improving every day. Not only is healthcare accessible, but education is also very accessible. The literacy rate is incredibly high, with 97.864% of people being able to read. By UNESCO standards, that means that the nation is free of illiteracy. Primary and secondary school are mandatory for all children to attend, and some students will eventually attend university. Costa Rica has over 100 institutions in a country with just under 5 million people, attracting not just young Costa Rican students, but people from all over the world. It is also home to the United Nations University for Peace, which offers courses and degrees that promote world harmony. Several private institutions are also affiliated with religion, which we will be diving into next. Religion is an important aspect in the lives of many Costa Ricans, with Roman Catholicism being the primary affiliation. About 1 out of every 3 recognized holidays in the country are religious holidays, like Christmas, Easter, and days that celebrate various patron saints. Religion has not only been established by many people, but it has also been validated by the government. Within the Costa Rican Constitution, it is stated that Roman Catholicism is the state religion, but religious freedom still exists. Although Costa Rica does have plenty of devout Catholics, the country is actually known to be one of the least religious when it comes to actual practice in all of Latin America, where the proportion of practicing Catholics can be very high. As a matter of fact, less than half of Catholics are truly practicing, and others are affiliated with the church due to family reasons. There has also been an increase in evangelical Christians in Costa Rica, a pattern being seen throughout much of Latin America. It is important to note that if this number continues to increase, we may see a prevalence of more social conservatism within Costa Rican politics due to the socially right-wing ideology of evangelism. Costa Rica's uniqueness makes it stand out as a cornerstone of peace and stability in the Western Hemisphere. Its astounding successes continue to instill a strong sense of pride in the ticos and ticas in Costa Rica today. We can see this as Costa Rica ranks first out of 140 countries on the Happy Planet Index. This comes to show that its strong initiatives towards peace are working for both its people and its government, and it does not deal with plenty of social and political issues that many Latin American nations deal with today. Costa Rica's successes are admired around the world, and it looks as if it will continue to be a vibrant atmosphere of joy and peace for years to come.